You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another episode of Red Eye Raw. This one is also kind of a response, but not really. I'm making it because of a video Horizons did, and also because of some stuff that was said in my Discord about this, so as you can see by the title, I'll be talking about Best Buy and Target discontinuing their sale of Blu-rays and DVDs and 4K releases come the start of next year. First off, let me just say, obviously it sucks whenever we lose another area or avenue of getting physical media. Obviously it sucks when stores close down. For instance, there's becoming less and less FYE stores as time goes on. The closer ones to me haven't been around for a while, and the ones that are near me are like quite a bit away. And obviously all sorts of video stores and stuff close down all the time, like Blockbuster obviously used to be a fucking titan, but they've been gone for years and years now. But this push for streaming has been a thing for like ever, right? Not forever, but for a long time. Streaming services have been dominating for a while now because a lot of people don't care if they own something physically, because they're just happy with the convenience. Obviously, I do view that as a problem. It does bother me a great deal because I love physical media because, as I said in my James Rolfe response forever ago, right, streaming services can just take stuff off whenever they want. They never keep the license permanently. They censor stuff. They'll remove episodes. There's all sorts of stuff like that. Even with a lot of services that you buy stuff digitally, you don't actually own it. The second they want to pull it, it's just gone. Hence my whole rant when Steam said it wasn't going to support Windows 7. Granted, the fix with that is to just upgrade to Windows 10, but I'm stubborn. I'm very fucking stubborn, which is why I literally just bought physical copies of Fallout 1, 2, and 3, so I can play them off without having to have Steam. But that's a whole other point. But this is also why I was originally wary about Game Pass, right? Because I do worry that one day the only way to play games will be with a subscription to a service like that. Hence why I always had an issue when Microsoft said they wanted to have games as a service, and when 343 wanted to move that in that direction with Halo as well. Granted, I don't care for Halo Infinite. I never really liked it. I get bored every fucking time I play it. But that all said, I am obviously a lot more cynical when it comes to current media and things like that, so I don't really watch a lot of new movies. And one thing that I will note is that both Best Buy and Target kind of have shit selections. This is a point Steven kept bringing up in the Discord, that Target and Best Buy really don't have that good of selections, and they really don't. Every once in a while they'll have something that I want, and admittedly that is one of the only 3 reasons I go to Best Buy. The other 2 being to get new headphones or to buy Duster for my computer. Obviously, there's still things you can buy stuff online, Amazon, eBay. But over time, I do feel like physical media will get rarer and rarer and harder to get. Which, obviously, that'll give me a special feeling of exclusivity with what I have, but the problem with that is it also means that there'll be less of it, and with things like disc rot and issues like that, you run into issues. However, there are plenty of things that never even got released on DVD or Blu-ray or streaming, and were only on VHS and Laserdisc. And obviously Laserdiscs can still experience disc rot, and they can break, as can DVDs. It's less likely. They can scratch, though. VHSs can wear out over time. They can also get moldy if you don't store them correctly. But like I said, obviously there are still plenty of avenues to get physical media, so I don't think Best Buy and Target getting rid of their shit selections is the end of the world. Walmart will still have DVDs. Their selection is still kind of shit. At least the 2 Walmarts nearest to me have kind of a piss-poor selection. It's better than Target and Best Buy, especially the one that is kind of closer to me where I am right now is okay. It's still not great. But it is better than Best Buy or Target. But even then, Walmart, I feel like probably won't be that far behind. I think eventually they'll probably phase out their DVDs and Blu-rays as well. There are other local video and resale shops that I can still get plenty of physical media at, as well as thrift stores, pawn shops, things like that. So at the end of the day, I actually tend to buy stuff more from those thrift stores, pawn shops, and resale stores than anything else. Like, I don't really buy a lot of new things as they come out, and when I do, I often just order it on Amazon. When it came to anime, I used to buy it on Right Stuff, but then they got bought out by Crunchyroll, so I don't do that anymore. And even then, I don't really buy all that much anime anymore anyway. And when I say Crunchyroll, I mean Funimation, because Funimation is Crunchyroll now, right? They're the same thing, both of which are technically owned by Sony. And I try to support Sony as little as possible. I don't directly support Crunchyroll or Funimation, though, period. I try not to support Sony, but, you know, I have bought some PS4 games semi-recently, so it's not that I've completely cut off supporting Sony. Not that I intend to support them, it's just, in that case, there's some ways that that's easier to get the games. But in fairness, I also don't really buy that many games anymore. So yeah, in conclusion, I mean, it sucks that Best Buy and Walmart, or not Walmart, sorry, Target will be phasing out their Blu-rays and DVDs and HD discs. But I haven't bought from them in a fat minute anyway, because their selections are fucking awful. Like, they just kept getting smaller. So it was honestly predictable, because they used to actually have a pretty big selection, and then it just got smaller and smaller and then pushed back to one little wall in the corner of the store. But yeah, obviously it sucks. I don't really care that much, but I do care about the greater implications with physical media being phased out. But at the same time, I also am a cynical asshole who kind of feels like the vast majority of good things that will be made have been made and have been released. So I've still got my collection, so I'm not too worried about it. As far as streaming services, I don't pay for any. I do mooch some off some people, so, you know, there is that. But, I haven't actually paid for any, and I don't intend to because I don't really do. I also haven't renewed my Game Pass in a couple of months now, because the thing is, Game Pass is convenient, but again, I don't like the idea of it if it became the norm, but it is pretty fucking convenient, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, this has been Rambly. Hope you enjoyed. Got my point across, I hope. Have a good one. Toodles.